Happy Monday. This is Darlene with Featherweight Doctor. I am coming to you from Sandpoint, Idaho in my store. It's called Sand Creek Quilting. Tonight is Monday. We are doing our Ask the Doctor show tonight. Tonight is the show in which I answer viewer questions, and we had a very special request come in from UK, and so we are going to be doing a deep dive into the 222 body cavity tonight. This is not for unmechanical people. So if you don't, most things about the featherweight are very simple and you don't need a lot of mechanical expertise. This particular activity that we're doing here, I would say was more geared towards a mechanically minded, handed person. So let me pull up my feeds. I'm going to say hi to a few friends and then we're going to get going. All right. How was everybody's rest of your holiday weekend? Mine was busy here at the shop. Retail this time of year is always kind of crazy. What am I doing? Okay, sorry. Let's see here. Featherweight. Nope, not that one. Nope. Oh, good Lord. It's going to be one of those nights, I can tell already. All right, so let me just go to YouTube. We'll start with YouTube Lives. There I am. Okay, so I'm getting in here. I'm going to say hi, and we're going to get going with the content tonight. Let me go to my Facebook page. All right. So how was everybody's weekend? You got your fill of turkey and everything? So we made turkey on Thanksgiving, but we dropped it off at someone's house and we stayed obviously for dinner, but then we didn't get to take the leftovers with us. Well, they had not finished eating through them by the time they left their Airbnb. So I got some of my turkey back. So tomorrow is going to be turkey soup day. Pretty excited. Hi, Gloria Ann. She had to put Yellowstone on hold. I'm pretty flattered you put Kevin Costner on hold for me. Polly's on. She's like, thank you so much. You're welcome. Haven't talked about this stuff in a good amount of time. And I know quite a few of you on my tribe have gotten new to you 222s. That's a mouthful. And so you might, there be more than the average bearer will benefit from this conversation. So also, before I get going too far, real quick, we are starting a table runner sew along on Friday. Here is what half the table runner looks like. Obviously, it's, a fall table runner. We are doing Christmas fabric. I did find out from my friend Roxanne that the pattern is $5. It's available on her Etsy boutique. So if you want to participate with the cutting instructions and everything, you need to go out and purchase her pattern. It's downloadable. Again, it's $5. I'm going to put the link here in both the comments. I just put it in YouTube and now I'm going to put it in, here's YouTube. Okay, both the links are up on Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to join us for the sewing along, we are going to be doing this on Friday at the Sip and Sew. Ray and I will be. You do not need to have anything this week except your fabric and your pattern. We're going to start cutting together. We're just going to do it all together. This is not an AccuQuilt cutting pattern. This is a traditional rotary cutter, ruler, mat cutting pattern. So you don't have to have the AccuQuilt system in order to participate. All right, so we have Deanna jumped on too from Napa Vine. Let me just say hi to some friends over here out on YouTube. Angel's on. Angel, congratulations. Angel was the winner of our Fat Quarter Pack that we were doing our social media contest. So Angel won the Curiouser and Curiouser Fat Quarter Pack. There's 10 fat quarters in here. I want to thank everybody for participating. We are very close to 5,000 subscribers on our Instagram account. And so I would love if anybody felt comfortable enough to share my content out with your friends. It's quilting and featherweight related. I would love to get that number up over 5,000 by the end of the year. So that would be awesome. All right, let me say hi to some friends here. Linda Woods on from Texas. Hello. Odie's on from Oregon. Sharon's on, Rhonda's on, Debbie's on, Nancy's on from Lake Stevens, Mel and Joe. Hi, Mel and Joe. Kathy's on from East Texas. Katrina is on from Omaha. Hi, sweetheart. Good to see you. I'm glad you're joining me tonight. Bernice is on. Hi, Bernice. I remember I met you in Tulsa when I was a speaker at a vintage sewing machine conference. I hope you're doing well. Bonnie's on from Illinois. Kathy's on. She says, love turkey. Patty, you and me both, babe. You and me both. Odie says, I can't wait to get a 222. I think that's on everybody's Christmas list, but I am plumb out. They are very hard to find. Angel said her weekend was good, was able to sew a few things and catch up on my to-do list. That's amazing. Very, very, very cool. Angel says the table runner is so pretty. It's very easy to put together. And it's really quite striking. Our fabric palette, Ray and I, is going to be Christmas fabric. So our focal fabric is going to be the poinsettias. I have 2 different tones of red, 2 different tones of green, and then a white and a yellow, gold color for our table runner. Good, everybody's seeing the link, so that's great. Hi, Missy from Redmond. Thanks for joining us. All right, let's see here. We have Peggy's on from Iowa. Retta is on from Montana. Thanks for joining us. I am very close to Montana now. Montana's only about 30 minutes from the Idaho border here. Fran is on from Indiana. Hello. Mary Carnes is on. Oh no, your son is sick. That's terrible. Hi, Pauline. Sharon's on. Oh, I can hook you up with a sweet 222. That's in my area. Where is your area, Sharon? Isabel's on. Tawny from Squim is on. Hi. Let's see. I might be able to do this one. I want to see your cutting process. Okay, cool. I would love for you. The education is going to be free. But if you want the cutting instructions and to support my friend, the artist Roxanne, then please purchase her pattern for $5 on the sew along. Judy P's on. The name of the pattern, I think, is just called Table Runner and Placemats. That's the name. If you use the link up above, you will go directly to her Etsy shop and be able to download it. Hello, Nancy and Diane from Arizona. Franny's on. No sound in the car. We'll have to watch later. Okay. Have a good night at Brian's, Kathy. Let's see here. Beth, hi. How's it going in Ohio? I miss you. It's so good to see your name. Oh, you're in Kansas, southeast part of the state. Okay, good to know, Sharon. Got an AccuQuilt system. Oh, Gwen, you went for the big sales. You are so good at enabling us. Too bad I'm not getting paid on the side. I mean, I just am a fan of the AccuQuilt system. So Sunny's on over on YouTube. Let's see here. Oh, you're in Omaha, Bernice? I go to Omaha twice a year now. That's funny. All right, friends, let's get going with the... Okay, let's get going with the 222. So Polly had a very specific question about the 222. She is having the 222 is our free arm convertible featherweight. So let me see if I can do this. Let's see. I'm gonna switch y'all to my other camera view here. Okay. So this is the 222. I have her stripped down a little bit because we are going to be working in the guts of the machine here, and I needed to get access. So here is my 222, my Ruby. I currently have removed her bed extension, obviously, because I don't need that on. I have taken all of her faceplate off. I have removed her bobbin casing out of the assembly here. I have taken off her throat plate. I have removed the needle and the presser foot because I don't need this in the way of what I'm going to be doing. Polly's specific concern was that she knows she has some thread here behind the assembly, and she was wondering how to take this off. And now on the 221 machine, you can get access to the back of the assembly from underneath. But on the 222, this is the free arm convertible. This is a solid piece, and removing the one piece that can come off will not get you access to the back of the assembly. So Polly, the only thing that you can do in this scenario is to take your throat plate off, remove your needle and pressure foot so you don't impale yourself, and then you are going to remove very carefully, and I did unseat these before I got on camera because I didn't want them to give me trouble in the middle of filming, but you are going to remove your feed dog also to be able to get access. Now this particular operation that we're doing here, see what I did there, Featherweight Doctor, we're doing an operation. Ooh, that's dirty. Is not what I would call a beginning featherweight technician's job. In fact, I would say that you probably should be pretty mechanically minded in order to, and handed actually, in order to get in here and do what needs to be done. I'm just picking out some lint because that's disgusting. Okay, let's see here. All right, so what I'm going to do next is behind the assembly there are 2 set screws. So I'm going to roll my wheel so that I can see my first set screw. I'm going to seat my screwdriver, maybe, let's see here, down, maybe. I think I'm actually going to tip it a little bit towards me to be able to get to it. And I'm not going to take this all the way out. I'm just going to unseat it. And then I'm going to roll it around to be able to get to the backside. And ooh, I've got a lot of stuff behind my assembly too. So this was probably a good move on my part in general. So I'm going to be sticking my screwdriver here, oopsie, into the other screw here. It's a flathead screwdriver. The long torquey screwdrivers help unseat things. Now this should come right off, and sure enough it did. Look at that. Now that is not good. See how I have some thread back here? It's pretty dusty and dirty, and if you look in here, hi Sandy. If you look in here, you can see that this really needed to be dusted out anyway. Let me grab I need to grab a little lint brush. Hold on here. I'm unprepared. All right, here we go. So I have a lint brush. I'm gonna just dust this out here because this is grody. I mean, the thing about my machines, folks, is that I use them all. So I would expect them to all need some pretty regular maintenance. Okay, so now that this is cleaned out, I'm going to look at my bobbin assembly and make sure this is cleaned out. So I'm just using the chimney sweep end of my cleaning brush to make sure that I have all my ickies out here, that my jib is, or this is the jib hook, but my disc here is freely spinning. There's no hitches in my giddy up, and I look pretty clean other than that one spare thread. Look at can you see all the ickiness on the table? I would say it was time to have that done. Okay, so you cannot just willy-nilly slap this back in. There is 2 set screws, one here and then one on the complete opposite side here. The set screw where at the top of the assembly here where you have the 2 hooks come together, the very back hook points at one of the set screws here and back. So the very back hook points at one of the screws. The other one on the other side here, it doesn't have any hooks pointing at it. So the set screw, this screw right here, where you have the hooks come together and the very, very back hook points at it, this set screw is the one that needs to sit on the flat side of the shaft. So in here there's a shaft, and there is one part of the cylindrical shaft that has a flat part on it. This screw with the back hook pointing at the screw needs to be the one seated on the flat shaft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the flat shaft straight up in the northern position. Then I'm going to pop my assembly on here. Very careful not to turn or twist, like so. And then I'm going to tighten this screw. Now, if you don't get this right, your machine will not make stitches. And then I'm going to roll this around, like so, and tighten the other side. All right. Theoretically, my hook is assembled correctly. I'm just going to give it a quick roll. I also probably want to hit it while I have it all open with a drop of oil. Hold on here. Let me find my oil. Well, maybe. Well, I don't see where my oil went. So, oh, it's right there. Good Lord. So I'm going to roll my plate around until I see the pumpkin, the jack-o'-lantern smile, and I'm just gonna give it a drop of oil here, and then I'm gonna reseat my plate here underneath that little finger gets lodged up, just like with the 222. Oh, I guess I need my feed dog on there first, don't I? It's almost the opposite way around the 221 with the top. Yes, correct. Yes, yes. Okay, I'm going to put my feed dog back on, and I'm going to seat them first with my fingers, and then I will go after them with my screws. I forgot for a second that I took my feed dogs off. So I'm just going to start it here with my fingers first. Okay. Just need to get it a couple turns in, and then, like I said, this is a pretty deep operation here, so you just want to make sure that you are very comfortable working with your screwdrivers and little tiny screws. I know Polly's very capable, so there we go. There's one started. Get the other one on. So while we had this all open, I thought that it would be good to show some of the oil holes. They're very different. They're actually the exact same as the 221, but they are in a totally different location. So because of all the compactness, is that a word? Yeah, make it a word. Of the 222 having to fit in this little tiny free arm. It is very different. I do have a resource I'd like to direct anybody at too. If you have a 222, I would highly, highly, highly recommend. We have a book available. I don't believe it's on the website, but it's here in the shop. It's a reprint of the Singer 222 manual, and it is all blown up. So everything is very huge and easy to read. It will go a great deal in helping you diagnose and make sure you have all your oil holes proper. So I'm making sure I have my notch seated, and now I'm going to put my little screws back in. Unfortunately, my machine is missing one of the throat plate screws. They don't make them. It's not like they're not the same as the 221. Let me make sure I don't have any questions. Mary basically owns stock now. She says an AccuQuilt. That's funny. Okay. I'm really looking forward to our sew along next year. I need to make that a priority. So many of you have been asking me about it. I'm excited about it. I just need to get through the holidays now, and I will be able to refocus my designing efforts. Okay, so I thought I would just show you while I had this other camera here. Actually, how am I going to do this? Let me just tip this up here. So the oil holes on the top of the machine are the same on the 221 as the 222. So they're all, nothing's different there. Nothing is different here in the faceplate. Nothing is different down the back, but what's very different is the underside of the machine. So as you can see, this is a very different little creature than the 221. I'm going to open up. This is the only cover on the bottom. It's not the whole bottom like on the 221. And then you also have to remove this plate in order to access all of the shafts. There are every 8-hour oil holes on here, just like with the 221 on the underside. Yeah, the large print manuals are a gift. Okay, so you can see here that we have shafts, but they're very, very different than the other 221. So they still need oil holes at the joints. This is one of your every 8-hour oil holes, and there's one on this side too, on the main shaft. Again, the manual has it really outlined very clearly based on this design and not the 221 design. So I would highly recommend, if you don't have an oil guide, that that you have the large reprinted manual. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of show everybody the difference here between this machine and the other one. Let me go back up here. So I hope everybody found that informative. Obviously my little Ruby here needed some attention because there was a thread behind the assembly, and she was quite linty, which just means that I use her. You're just going to get lint underneath that if you use the machines. I wouldn't really have it any other way. But you do need to do regular maintenance, including removing that throat cover and just dusting out underneath there. If you have a buildup of stuff behind your throat plate, your machine will start skipping stitches. It's a known symptom. So yeah, thank you, Polly, for that question on the 222. It's been a long time since I've had one of these open on camera, and it's always good to remember, as a reminder to myself anyway, how to do her maintenance items. So all right, well, I think that was all. Kathy said, and I thought I wanted a 222. I think I'll stick with the 221. Yes, Ruby is now definitely happy, for sure. Polly can totally handle all that. She's an expert. She's a she-canic. All right, friends. Well, I will be back joining you on Wednesday for Featherweight Stories. I don't. Reagan's not here right now, so I don't exactly know what we're talking about. But Wednesday I'll be back on 4 o'clock Pacific here on YouTube and Facebook. What else this week? Oh, and then Friday is the beginning of our Christmas table runner, which I put the link in at the beginning of the show. For those of you who would like to pick up fabric and stitch along with Reagan and I, we are going to have a good time. Reagan's really looking forward to this. This was her idea. Trust me, I would never have volunteered her to do some sewing on the show without her not being her idea first, if you know what I mean. Peggy says, I have a white featherweight that skips a few stitches. I replaced the belt, needle, thread, what else? So if it's skipping stitches, it most likely culprit, Peggy, is 2 things. First thing is that your bobbin is not in right. Your bobbin goes into the bobbin casing with the thread going over to the left. And then when you thread it through the tension plates, that looks like a forked snake's tongue. When you pull on it, it springs counterclockwise. So if it's swinging clockwise, it's because your bobbin is 180 degrees out. So that's one culprit. The other culprit is a buildup of lint underneath the throat plate. So check those 2 things to see if that's why you're skipping stitches. Yeah, the ongoing project, the sew along, will be on Wednesday when that is released. But this week, oh yeah, let's do the work in progress. That's a great idea, Mel. I'm going to override Reagan's plans. We will talk about our works in progress. That is a great idea. Love that. Aw, Angel, I'm thankful for you. Oh, you did both those things, Peggy? And you changed your needle, and you know your needle's in right, correct? So you might Was there any trauma, Peggy, to the machine, like it hitting the ground, or is there any reason? Did you run over a pin where you had like a metal to metal contact where it may have thrown the machine out of time? Was it stitching right before you cleaned it? If the oil beads down the thread after sitting a day or two, yes, it is over oiled. Yes, for sure. Peggy, if you give the shop a call tomorrow, I'm sure myself or my father-in-law, who's my technician in Phoenix, would be very happy to help you continue to troubleshoot while the machine is skipping stitches. Yes, Mary, you can totally get one of those manuals. If you call the store tomorrow, I can help you out with that. I don't... Chicanic? Isn't that a good word? I didn't make that word. That's actually like a whole like movement of women on Instagram, women that use tools and are good with our hands. Let's see. Can you show one of your screwdriver cases that you sew in-house? Oh, sure. Like one of the tool bags? Yeah, let me grab it real quick. I'll be right back, Sunny. Here is our tool bag that we use for our screwdrivers. So my husband had me design this because he wanted a tool bag similar to a real tool bag. So you have pockets for the screwdrivers and then a flap so that the screwdrivers don't poke out like this. And then it rolls, and there's ties like so. So that's our tool bags. Let's see here. Oh, the phone number, Mary, to the store is 206-899-5412 and press 1 for me. Peggy, you'll press 2 for Dad for service. All right, sounds good. All right. You guys are so cute. Oh, Franny. Franny. She's at it again, folks. I actually like making the tool bags kind of like pretty lady colors, because then the husbands will leave our stuff alone. Because nothing irritates me more than when Andy goes into my tools, takes my tools out, and then I don't have my tools when I need my tools. If we are out of stock in color, Sunny, just message me directly. I can make a special one just for you. All right, friends, I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I'm going to highlight, if you've already sent me your work in progress photos, I'm going to use them from last week. But if you have new work in progress photos, then send them to the email info@featherweightdoctor.com. Peggy or Kathy says, not sure my hands can handle that much. The 222 is definitely a little more complicated. Oh, my husband's watching on YouTube. Wait, you can't use my tools. You cannot use my tools. I can use your tools though all day long without asking, but you can't use mine. Is that how it works, ladies? All right, friends, thanks for joining me tonight. I hope everybody has a great evening. I look forward to talking to you on Wednesday at 4 o'clock Pacific right here on Facebook and YouTube.